Eli's plasma cutter bit into the detention pod's hatch. Orange flames belched from the seam, scorching his gloves. He yanked the trigger harder. Metal groaned and parted. A clawed hand grabbed his boot. Warden Keth's guards swarmed the corridor behind him, stun batons crackling. Eli kicked free. The hatch gave way. He plunged inside. Princess Sayuri slumped against the bulkhead, her frilled neck torn open, violet blood pooling. Her golden eyes flickered. She clutched a ceremonial blade half buried in a dead guard's chest. "Move," Eli said. He hooked an arm under her shoulders. She weighed like a downed engine, solid, but he hauled her anyway. Bulkheads slammed shut, 2 decks down. Eli dragged her into the service tunnel. The pod's fire followed, heat baking his back. He kicked the hatch remnants closed behind them. Smoke clawed his throat. Sayuri gasped. Her frill pulsed weakly, spraying blood in rhythm with her heart's. "Stay with me, Princess."
Eli ripped open his salvage kit. No time for vitals.
Hull breach sirens joined the chaos. A ragged gash vented atmosphere 5 meters ahead, courtesy of the station's failing orbit. Guards pounded the pod hatch. Muffled shouts in Vayari clicked through. Eli slapped a roll of hyperadhesive tape across his mouth and nose. He tore a panel from the tunnel wall. Exposed wiring sparked. Perfect.
Sayuri's eyes sharpened on him.
Death waits its turn. Eli sprayed expanding foam into the breach.
It foamed white, hardening fast against the void's pull. His ears popped. A guard stun baton breached the pod hatch. Eli jammed the loose panel over the gap. He taped it down, 3 layers, edges sealed. Suction tugged at the foam. Held. For now.
Alarms escalated. Footsteps thundered closer.
Eli turned to Sayuri. Her frill artery gaped, a 3-inch slash from the fight. Blood loss hit critical. He clamped it with microforceps from his kit. Pressure held the flow to a seep.
She hissed, mandibles clicking.
Med station. Eli scanned the onboard AudioBook. Vayari tissue profiles flashed. Incompatible. Human gels rejected on contact. Alien chemistry. Too volatile. No match. Her pulse thrummed under his fingers. Fading. Damn it. Eli yanked an IV line from his kit. Sterile tubing, universal ports. He rolled up his sleeve. Vein stood out on his forearm, battle-scarred from a dozen salvage ops. Sayuri's eyes widened.
"What? Only compatible blood here." Eli swabbed his arm.
Needle bit in. Blood welled, dark red, human thick. He linked the line to her clamp site. Pump primed. His blood flowed into her. She jerked. Frill quivered. Impossible. Human plasma binds. Binds, what? Eli watched the transfer. Her color returned. Scales brightening from ash gray. Her mandibles parted. Royal debt. Blood oath. You. Protect her now. Eli grunted. Just keeping you breathing. The tunnel shook. Explosions rocked the station. His comm buzzed. Chili, lie, extraction, N60. Mira's hot-wired the bay doors. Move. Captain Juno Rask's voice cut through static. On it. Eli unhooked the IV, clamped his own vein.
Dizzy hit, but he packed the kit one-handed.
Sayuri sat up. Stronger. Her claw gripped his shoulder. The bond enforces. You cannot leave my side. Try me. Eli pulled her to her feet. She leaned but walked. Guards breached the pod fully. Blaster fire chewed the panel seal. Eli shoved Sayuri ahead. They ran, crouched, tunnel narrow. His blood sang in her veins, a weird warmth he ignored. Warden Keth's voice boomed over station speakers. Intruder Mercer, surrender the princess.
Your blood proves contamination. Containment protocols activate.
Eli smirked. Flattered.
They hit a junction. Mirasato crouched there, arc welder sparking.
Japanese heritage showed in her quick grin. Tools strapped everywhere. Breach sealed? Mira asked. Long enough. Eli nodded. Mira slapped a jury-rigged breaching charge on the service lift doors. Captains threading the blockade. Vayari cruisers inbound. We punch out or cook.
Sorry tensed. My father's fleet will thank us later.
Eli primed his stunner.
Doors peeled open. Lift shaft dropped into darkness. Mira repelled first. Eli clipped Sayuri's harness to his. Trust the line. Her golden eyes locked on his. Bond tugged. Instinct, not words. They dropped. Wind howled. Blaster bolts chased from above. Keth's guards repelled after.
Surrender. The human's blood triggers royal lockdown.
All ports seal. Eli's boots hit the bay deck. Chaos, sparking consoles, overturned crates.
Juno Rask stood at the airlock, pistol drawn, tall, scarred, her captain's jacket singed.
Plan?
Juno barked. Eli pointed. Salvage Shuttle Bay 7. Mira engines. On it, Siri swayed. Eli caught her. His blood kept her upright, but the bond hummed. Her pain echoed in his veins. Juno covered the lift. Keth's locking us down. 5 minutes tops. Guards poured in. Blasters flashed. Eli, stunned too, dragged Siri to cover. Stay low. Precise, royal trained. I fight.
Eli fired again. Mira's voice crackled.
Engines hot, but hull Swiss cheese. Need patch. Foam and tape. Same drill. Siri clamped it while he sprayed. Her claws steady, learning his rhythm.
Your methods, crude. Effective.
Practical. Eli sealed the last edge. Alarms screamed. Port lockdown. Bay doors ground shut.
Juno vaulted the crate. Mira. Got it. Mira overrode from the shuttle cockpit.
Doors shuttered open. Vacuum sucked crates outward. Keth appeared at the lift, armored, flanked by elites. Princess. The human defiles you. Blood bond voids your claim. Sari stood tall. Frill flared, edged with Eli's red tint. It binds us, Warden. He is oathkin now.
Keth fired. Bolt grazed Eli's shoulder.
Eli grunted. Returned fire. Guard dropped. Shuttle, Juno yelled.
They ran.
Blasters scorched the deck. Eli shoved Sayari aboard first. Mira gunned thrusters. Shuttle lurched. Juno sealed the ramp as Keth charged. Last bolt shattered a viewport. Vacuum howled. Eli braced the door. Shuttle blasted free. Stars wheeled. Bayari cruisers loomed, blockade tight. Juno strapped in.
Eli?
Plan? He checked Siri. She breathed steady, eyes on him. Bond pulled. Protective urge swelled, unbidden. Salvage route.
Asteroid field. Vector 2.
7. 9. They won't follow blind. Mira punched it. Shuttle dove. Pursuers fired. Hull rattled. Siri gripped Allie's arm. Why, Siri? Humans ignore Vayari wars. Eli met her days. Saw a problem, fixed it. Her mandibles softened. We endure together. Cruisers veered. Field too dense. Shuttle slipped through, but sensors pinged. One pursuer matched course. Juno grinned. Your blood bought us time, medic. Now what? Eli pulled up schematics. His vein throbbed where hers connected. Eli stabbed the schematic display. Mira, kill main engines. Coast on Vector 2. 7. Salvage route through the derelict cluster. His vein throbbed harder, a hot wire under his skin where Sayari's frill had clamped during the transfusion. Blood loss tugged at his vision, but he blinked it clear. Sayari's clawed hand snapped around his wrist. Oathkin. Her mandibles clicked. U-veins pulsed from her grip, mirroring her frill patterns. They sank into his flesh. No pain, just a lock clicking home. His blood surged in her veins, stabilizing her fully. Her eyes sharpened, iridescent green locking on his. The bond yanked, a reflexive pull, protective fire in his chest. He couldn't look away. Couldn't let go.
Juno twisted from the pilot's seat. Damage report?
That bastard's gaining. Mira yanked a panel. Sparks flew. One more hit. We're venting Admo. Sensors screamed. Keth's flagship loosed a plasma lance. Shuttle bucked. Alarms wailed. Red lights strobed. Eli hauled Siri upright. Straps snapped free.
Move! Breach forward!
Dizziness hit, his own blood echoing in her. He shoved her toward the aft hatch. Zero-G kicked in as Mira cut thrust. Crates floated. Air hissed from cracked seals. Siri stumbled, frill flaring. Human Eli, you falter. Run. He gripped her arm, propelled them through the maintenance hatch. Narrow shafts webbed the shuttle's underbelly. Service runs for repairs in the black pape. Zero-G swallowed them. He kicked off a bulkhead, hauling her after. Her lighter frame spun. He snagged her tail, steadied. Blaster heat lingered on his shoulder from Keth's graze. No time to patch. They tumbled into the shaft. Conduits hummed. Emergency lights flickered. Elomeg clamped his boots, pulled her along. Longer route.
Scanners missed the derelict drift. Pickup weights.
Sari's claws dug his sleeve. She righted, mandibles set.
Under Vaylaw, I command it. Accept protector status. Oathkin binds you. Royal decree. No refusal. Eli snorted, breath fogging his visor. Fixed you. That's enough. Bond tugged harder. Images flashed. Her falling, pale, in the cell. His vein burned. Stubborn urge swelled. Protect. Damn it. Plasma rocked the shuttle. Bulkhead groaned. Mira's voice crackled over comms. Ellie. Hull integrity failing. Juno's prepping EVA suits. Get to the lock. He broadcast the terse pickup code. 3 pips. Salvage freak only. Captain Rasko would hear. Her ship lurked beyond the field. Risk calculator primed. Rask Mercer.
Salvage Alpha 7.
Static. Then. Copy. Medic. Blockades thinning. 20 mics. Sayeri floated close, eyes fierce. You ignore royal word? Veari blood debt enforces. You shield me, or it consumes. Eli kicked forward, dizziness swirling. Not ignoring. Prioritizing. Shaft narrowed. Twisted conduits, patched welds from old hulls. He squeezed, pulling her through. Her frill brushed his arm, warm. Trust flickered in her gaze. Human compassion, aliens called it soft. He called it routine. Shaft dumped them at the ventral airlock. 0G spun wild now. Shuttle listed. Stars wheeled outside the port. Asteroids loomed. Pocked hulks from ancient mining ops. Kef's cruiser ghosted half a click back. Scanners sweeping wide. Juno sealed the inner hatch behind them. Mira slapped suits on. Fast-talking whir. Scrap heaps got no grav. Suits hold 2 hours. Rask better hustle. Eli yanked his helmet down. Cyrese fit snug, her frill folding flat. He clipped her tether to his belt. Bond hummed. Her pulse synced faintly with his. Out. Derelict shaft network crosses the hot zone. Scanners skip junk. They cycled the lock. Vacuum bit. Thrusters puffed. Mira and Juno flanked. Rifles hot. Asteroid field engulfed them. Tumbled rocks the size of shuttles drifted. Eli mag-boosted to the nearest hulk and gutted processor station. Airlock pried open with a jury-rigged torch. Mira's work. Inside. 0G maze. Maintenance shafts honeycombed the rock, abandoned drills, frozen cables. Eli led, hauling Sayeri. Dizziness peaked. Vision grayed. Blood debt hit back. He gritted teeth. Humans endured, pushed. Sayeri matched stride, claws clicking struts. Your kind rushes into voids. Veari compute odds first. Computed mine. You lived. He scanned ahead. Thermal ping. Veari drone.
No echo. Longer route paid. Main drift scanned clean.
Juno covered rear. Keth's elites inbound. That flag's launching fighters. Rask confirms. 10 mics. She's running the blockade rim. Shaft forked. Eli chose left. Faint power hum. Less scanned. Sayri gripped his wrist again. Bond mark glowed faint under suit gloves. Protector. Say it. Eli paused. Boot clamped. Fighters buzzed outside. Tracers lit the void. One nicked the asteroid. Rock shuddered. Fine. Protector status accepted. Vey law. Now move. Her mandibles parted. Relief. Pride. Frill pulsed red tinged his blood's mark. Oathkin endures. They sprinted. 0G bounds. Hand over hand. Eli's arms burned. Dizziness clawed, but he forced pace. Human endurance. Aliens marveled.
He just worked through it. Drone whine echoed ahead.
Veari probe Keth sniffers. Mira zapped it with EMP pulse. Sparks died. Shaft widened to a cavern. Central hub. Derelict rigs floating. Sensors pinged clean. Rask's ship loomed on scopes. Stealth runner slicing the field edge. Plasma lanced the rock. Fighters breached the hull. Veari elites jetpacked in armored blasters live. Warden Keth's voice boomed over open freak. Surrender the defiler. Bond taints the royal line. Eli shoved Sayeri behind a girder. Cover, rifle barked. Elite crumpled, suit venting. Bond roared. Protect her. No choice. Juno laid suppressing fire. Mira rigged a charge. Scrap turned boom. Blast shredded 2 more. Sayeri drew her sidearm. Royal Air, command trained.
She dropped 1 clean, frill-edged crimson.
They hunt leverage. You, proof of weakness. Not weak. Dizzy spells, shoved aside. Bolt grazed his leg. He grunted, returned double tap. Last elite floated limp. Keth's flagship closed, big guns charging. Rask's voice cut in. Mercer, bay open. 2 mics. Eli hauled Sayri to the exit shaft. Final sprint. Bond pulled them tight, trust built in motion, her hand in his, unyielding. They burst into vacuum. Rask's ship dove through rocks, bay agape. Grapples fired. Eli tethered them in. Mira and Juno piled last. Bay doors slammed. Grav returned. Hard deck hit knees. Cyri rose first, steady. Frillful crimson now, his mark permanent. Oathkin. We faced the fleet together. Eli checked his vein. Glow faded, but pull remained. Protective. Binding. Captain Rask strode up, eyes sharp. Plan worked, medic.
Blockade's cracking, but Keth's calling full pursuit. Your blood bought a princess.
What's the bill? Eli met Cyri's gaze. Bond thrummed. No, Eli slammed the bulkhead panel shut. Metal groaned under his shoulder. He wedged a loose strut into the seam, locking the valve chamber tight. Alarms wailed beyond. Keth's patrols closing in. Cyri slumped against the oxygen manifold, frill pulsing erratically. Crimson streaks marred her scales. Her breathing rasped, shallow. Stay put. Eli yanked his medkit open. He rationed the chamber's air valve first, twist left, meter dropped to critical. Enough for 10 minutes, maybe 15 if they stayed still. She clutched her side. Blood seeped between fingers. Human, your vein. It burns.
Eli ignored the pull in his chest. Bond or not, bleed out waited for no one.
He knelt, peeled back her armored tunic. Purple bruising bloomed across ribs. Internal damage. Ruptured vessel likely. He probed gently.
She hissed. Broken here.
His fingers traced the fracture. No time for full scan. Hold pressure. Cyri's eyes narrowed. Golden slits sharp despite pain. She snatched a shard tool from her belt. Jagged crystal, humming with bioscan. Royal tech. Your blood. Test it. Routine maintenance. Routine maintenance. She jabbed the shard into his vein port left over from the transfusion. Glow lit her palm. Data flickered across the crystal face. Her frill stiffened. Cells? Compatible.
No more. Yours anchor mine.
Organs stabilize. Shutdown reversed.
She yanked the shard free. I live on your sacrifice.
Oathkin. Eli nodded once. Stubborn fact. His blood had bought her time during the breach. Now it bound them. He felt it too. The tug, protective instinct dialed to 11. Good. Means you're fighting fit soon. Pursuit thuds echoed outside. Boots on deck. Warden Keth's voice barked over comms. Seal sectors. Princess contained. Intruder proof for the fleet.
Cyri tensed. Eli pressed his last coagulant patch into her palm.
Human grade, sticky nanoweave. Apply it. Yourself. Her claws flexed. Doubt flickered. Royals didn't beg aid, they commanded. Now, Eli's voice stayed level. Prove control, or we both die leaking.
She hesitated, then slapped the patch over her wound. It hissed, sealing flesh.
Color returned to her frill edges. Steady now. His mark. Bond and forces. She rose, testing weight. You protect. I endure. Eli scavenged the chamber. Scrap pipes, loose wiring. He rigged a breather mask from manifold filters. Handed it to her.
Share air. Trust the math.
Sari took it, inhaled deep. Exhale synced with his rhythm. Trust built-in breaths. Facility codes. She tapped her wrist comm, syncing to his salvaged rig. Command frequencies. Spoof a patrol recall. Human jury rig. Earpiece crackled. Transmit. Her voice shifted. Command timbre laced with static. Warden Keth, Sector 7 clear. Patrol recall to primary hold.
Intruder false ping.
Static hissed. Response growled back. Confirm origin, princess. Cyri's frill quivered. Eli squeezed her shoulder, grounding. She overrode. Royal seal. Comply. Pause, stretched. Boots retreated outside. Thuds faded. Eli exhaled. Clear for now. Extraction window. But Cyri swayed.
Patch held, but Bond pulled harder.
His vision blurred, dizzy from loss. Blood debt, two-way. You weaken. Her claw gripped his arm. Oathkin falters. Salvage medic. Stubborn. Routine. He checked his vein. Glow faint, but thrum constant. Protect her. No choice. Alarm spiked again. Closer. Kef's elites breached outer ring. Cyri drew her sidearm. They hunt leverage. Me, Royal line. Eli grabbed his rifle, slapped a fresh cell. Cover. He shoved her behind a girder. Rifle barked, elite crumpled, suit venting plasma. The Bond roared. Protect her. Juno's voice cut through his earpiece. Mercer, status? We're threading rocks. Bay prepped. Valve chamber sealed. Eli double-tapped another shadow. Spoof bot minutes. Push in. Mira chimed. Charges hot. Scrap boom, ready. Give the word. Sari fired. Clean drop. Fleet closes. Keth's flagship charges guns. Eli flanked left. Bolt grazed his leg. Grunt. Return fire double tap. Elite floated limp. To Mike's Rask. He hauled Sari toward exit shaft. 0G kicked in. Final sprint. Her hand locked in his. Unyielding.
Bond tight.
They burst into vacuum. Rask's ship dove through asteroids, bay agape. Grapples snagged them.
Tether yanked hard. Deck hit knees as Grav returned.
Bay doors slammed. Sayari rose first. Frill full crimson. Permanent. Oathkin. Fleet pursuit. Eli checked seals. Pursuit lights bloomed on scopes. Keth's blockade cracked but not broken. Captain Rask strode up, eyes sharp under her cap. Plan worked, medic. But Keth's calling full hunt. Your blood bought a princess.
What's the bill? Eli met Cyrie's gaze. Bond thrummed.
Protective. No bill.
She's family now.
Rask snorted.
Family gets us killed. Mira, engines to flank.
Plot jumped through the belt. Mira's hands flew over consoles. Scrap navs online. Odds 50-50.
Sari stepped forward. Vey physiology demands.
Blood debt binds fleets. Keth exploits it. Or honors.
Eli felt the pull sharpen. His endurance waned, but stubborn held.
We run the blockade. Pursuit corvettes locked on. Missiles inbound. Rask grinned. Stubborn crew. Punch it, Sato.
Ship bucked through rocks. Eli braced Sayari.
Her frill brushed his arm. Trust solid. Keth's voice boomed over open channel. Surrender the human proof. Princess return enforces alliance. Sayari snarled. Alliance broken. Oathkin claims me. Coagulant gone, but hands steady. Human tough routine. Missile swarm closed. Mira's countermeasures bloomed. Scrap flares tricked half. Hull shuddered. Lights flickered. Eli shielded Sayari. Bond screamed. Protect. Sparks died. Ship stabilized. Clear, Mira whooped. Jump primed.
Sayari gripped Eli's hand. You endure.
I live. Hyperspace swallowed them. Blockade receded, but Bond whispered. Pursuit endless. Keth wants proof. Eli leaned back. Dizzy shoved aside. Next fix incoming. Rask eyed them. Oathkin. Huh? Fine. But bill comes later. Sayari's frill pulsed approval. Trust sealed in blood and fire. Hours blurred in medbay. Eli monitored vitals. His blood cells integrated. Her organs hummed stable. Alien sharp, but human endurance bridged.
She watched him work.
Sacrifice practical. No ritual. No glory chase. Jobs get done. Eli calibrated drip. You command. We improvise. Door hissed. Juno entered, tablet in hand. Fleet scatters. Keth rallies core worlds. Vey Royals inbound. Your Bond pings Empire nets. Sayari straightened. Legal. Enforceable. He protects throne now. Eli shrugged. Just a medic. Mira poked head in. Rig turret from hull scrap. Human tough alien firepower. Bond tugged. Eli rose. Pursuit loomed, but alliance forged. She can survive on his blood, if she can trust him to stay alive. Eli kicked open the access hatch. Sayari dangled heavy across his shoulders. Her blood-sticky claws dug into his vest for purchase. Coolant pipes hummed inches above his head. Stay with me, princess.
He crawled forward. Metal grated his knees.
Vision tunneled. Edges went gray. His own blood coursed through her veins now. Transfusion hack from the medpod wreckage. Routine fix.
Ignore the spin! Alarm shrieked.
Bulkhead slammed distant, behind ahead. Sealed them in. Warden Keth's voice crackled over corridor speakers. Intruder contained. Flooding Sector 7 with human-tuned sedative. The Vey Royal lives as leverage. You, human, become exhibit. Thence hissed. Thick fog billowed yellow into the crawl space mouth. Chemical tang clawed Eli's throat. Human-specific knockout, fast-acting neural block. Eli ripped his sleeve free, soaked it in dripping coolant from a cracked line. Twisted it into a crude filter, jammed it over his mouth and nose. One breath. Lungs burned anyway. He hooked an arm under Cyrie's legs, dragged her deeper. Gas swirled thick. Eyes watered. Legs turned lead. Hold, he gasped through cloth. Extraction point ahead. Cyrie stirred. Her frill quivered against his back. Bond mark throbbed on his wrist, hot pulse where her blood met his. Royal ink, she'd called it. Enforceable now. Eli Mercer, she rasped, voice command sharp despite weakness.
Gas weakens you. Drop me.
Jobs don't drop. He pulled harder.
Vision blacked further. One lung worked.
The other seized. She twisted. Claws tapped his wrist mark. Glow flared blue. Captain Rask receives ping. Your ship closes. Hangar Bay 3. Pushed through haze. Crawl space narrowed. Shoulders scraped. Gas seeped past filter. Muscles screamed. Keth's voice returned. Speakers buzzed in the walls. Oathkin signal detected. Princess, your blood debt binds him. Surrender. I claim proof of human meddling. Sayeri laughed, sharp barked.
Intercept if you dare, Warden.
Bond pings Empire nets. Throw nose. You contain. Eli felt her frill stiffen.
Confidence surged through Bond tug. Kept him crawling.
Gas clotted his throat. Filter sogged. He yanked it free, gulped raw air. World spun, legs buckled once. Locked knees. Dragged on. Stubborn, Cyrie murmured. Your kind walks through death. Routine maintenance. Spots danced. Hangar grate loomed ahead. Explosions rocked the station. Rask's ship. Breach charges. Mira's work. Eli slammed shoulder into grate. It buckled. He tumbled into hangar shadows. Sayari slid free beside him. Gas trailed thin. Boots pounded. Kef's guards. Scaled Vey enforcers. Stun lances hot.
Eli scooped Sayeri. Sprinted for the ramp.
Vision a pinprick now. Bond screamed. Protect. Blaster fire sizzled air. He dodged. Shielded her with body. Lance grazed arm. Number. Ramp hissed down. Captain Juno Rask stood framed. Pistol barking. Medic. Plan. Blockade jump. Eli yelled. Legs gave mid-stride. Crashed forward. Sayedi rolled clear. Mira Sato dashed out. Grabbed his collar. Hauled with servo gloves. Human tough move. Guards swarmed. Keth barked orders from balcony overlook. Alive! Proof! Rask's shots dropped too. Mira slapped hull plate mine. Scrap shrapnel bloomed. Enforcers scattered. Eli staggered aboard. Medkit spilled. He patched Cyrie's frill mid-fall. Coagulant gone. Used it all on transfusion. Hands steady anyway. Strap in. Rask snapped. Throttles slammed.
Ship lurched. Missile locks pinged.
Blockade closed. They cruisers, pickets tight. Sayeri gripped Eli's hand. Bond mark synced pulses. You walked the knockout. They sedatives drop squads. You endure.
Eli shrugged. Izzy shoved back.
Calm breaths. Filter worked. Countermeasures hot. Scrap flares away. Swarm closed. Impacts shuttered hull. Eli shielded Cyrie. Sparks flew. Jump primed. Hyperspace yanked. Blockade receded. Hours blurred.
Eli monitored vitals in medbay. His blood integrated, her organs stabilized.
Alien physiology sharp, but human endurance bridged gaps. She watched him calibrate drip. Your sacrifice practical. No ritual chance. No glory hunts. Jobs get done.
He taped final patch. Door hissed.
Rask entered. Tablet glowing. Fleet scatters. Keth rallies core world enforcers. They royals inbound Bond pings lit Empire channels.
Cyrie straightened. Frill flared proud.
Legal bind. Enforceable alliance. You protect throne now, Eli Mercer.
He shrugged.
Just a medic. Mira poked head in. Rigged turret from hull scrap. Human tough meets alien firepower. Bond tugged insistent. Eli rose. Pursuit loomed endless. Keth craved proof, but alliance forged. She survived on his blood. He stayed alive to keep it that way. Alarms blared anew. Rask stiffened. Contacts. Keth's vanguard. Fast bastards. Sari's eyes locked Eli's. They come for leverage. We fight bound.
Eli grabbed medkit. Next fix incoming.
Ship engines thrummed, Mira sealed bulkheads. Rask plotted evasive weave, Keth's voice hacked comms. Oathkin, return. Proof demands it. Sari tapped bond mark. Blue flare challenged.
Come claim, Warden. Eli felt the pole sharpened.
Stubborn calm settled. Humans improvised. They commanded. Together they endured. Rask grinned wolfish. Plan, medic. Eli eyed scans. Vent core overload. Mira rigs it.
We ghost through debris. Mira thumbs upped.
Scrap to shadow. On it. Sayuri nodded. Trust gleamed in her gaze. Bond sealed deeper. No ignoring it now. Guards closed on scopes. Eli braced. Routine escalated. But jobs got done. Explosions lit void. Mira's hack bloomed false signatures. Vanguard scattered. Keth roared frustration. Trace the mark. Ship slipped free.
Hours bought. Medbay hummed quiet.
Sayuri tested legs. Stood steady. Your blood strengthens. Vey physiology adapts slow. Humans, flood.
Eli pack kit, practical mix.
Her claw brushed his wrist. On warmth spread. Alliance more, you protect. I command. Rask calmed. Royals hail, dock protocols live.
Eli exhaled. Pursuit paused.
Bond unbreakable. But Keth hunted proof. Warden never quit. Sayri's frill pulsed.
He comes. Ready? Eli nodded.
Calm, stubborn, always. Captain Rask's cannons roared. The docking lock on Warden Keth's orbital prison exploded in a shower of twisted alloy. Shrapnel pinged off the Resolute's hull. Bay doors next. Rask barked over comms. Mira, 30 seconds. Eli Mercer gripped his medkit strap. The salvage medic crouched in the assault shuttle's bay, heart steady. Routine maintenance. Even on alien scrap heaps. Mira Sato's voice crackled. Hot wiring now. Their turrets sleep heavy. Give me 10. Sparks flew on external cams. Mira patched from the engineer's nest. Scrap code into their grid. False sleep signals bloomed. Doors ground open. No alarms yet. Go. Rask snapped.
Eli kicked the ramp. Boots hit deck plate.
Mira slapped his shoulder as she bolted past, toolkit clanking. Move. Corridors hummed sterile blue. Vey facility. Clean lines. Gravity fields humming underfoot. Eli followed Mira's hack trail. Red emergency lights flickered awake. Guards rounded the corner. Scaled Vey warriors, frills flared. Blasters whined. Eli dove left. Mira slapped a bulkhead panel. EMP pulse, her rig. 2 guards dropped twitching. Princess Cell, Sector 7, Eli called. Scans from his wrist unit pinged. Vital signs weak. Poisoned? They sprinted. Alarms wailed now. Turrets outside spun up. Rask's voice, evasive, holding orbit 5 minutes. Warden Keth's voice boomed from speakers. Intruders identified. Human vessel.
Surrender the female. Princess lives as leverages.
Eli ignored it.
Stubborn calm. Jobs got done. Mira blew the cell door. Princess Sayri slumped inside. Royal frills limp, scales dull. Claw marks on her arms, self-inflicted. Toxin flush. Eli knelt, pulse thready, blood loss critical. He cracked his kit. They compatible? Scans lied, no time.
Sari's eyes cracked open. Sharp violet.
Human rescue? Practical fix. Eli yanked his sleeve.
Vein tap, his own line. Jury-rigged pump. Human blood flooded her port, red against blue.
Her frill twitched. You...
Give essence? Stabilizes you. We extract.
Pump hummed.
Eli's vision grayed at edges. Humans endured. Guards pounded the hall. Mira's barricade groaned.
Eli.
She's up. Go. Sayri staggered. Bond pull hit Eli like static. Her claw gripped his arm. Physiology locked. Blood debt sealed. Keth's voice hacked local. Proof. Incoming. Oathcan marked.
Eli shoved her toward the breach.
Ship. Now. She stumbled aboard the shuttle. Eli followed. Ramp whining shut. His knees buckled. Blood pressure crashed. World tilted black. Ned kit clattered. Shuttle thrummed. Acceleration crushed. Eli's wrist throbbed. Strapped. No voice pierced fog. Draw from the human. Royal command. Sayuri. Her tone cut steel. Princess Authority. Captain Rask's growl overlaid.
Negative, Your Highness. He's our medic down 20% volume already.
He'll flatline.
Sari's frill pulsed blue on Eli's eyelids. Vela binds.
His blood sustains. Oathkin demands exchange. Comply or treason. Crew silence.
Mira muttered. She's glowing.
Bond mark flares. Rask swore.
Fine. Controlled draw.
Mira, rig filter. Pump word again. Warm pull at Eli's vein. Sayeri's claw on his shoulder. Steady pressure. He floated. Human endurance.
Eli woke to med couch straps. Ship hum steady.
Hypospray hissed. Stims. Unblinking lights. Mira hovered, tweaking IV drip. Tough bastard. Vitals green. Sayeri stood opposite. Frills high, scales vibrant. Bond warmth tugged his chest. Unignorable. Status, Eli rasped. Throat dry. Sayeri's gaze pinned. Blood pressure critical. I commanded, draw. Crew obeyed. Eli nodded. Calm returned. Smart. Keeps you stable. Rask leaned in doorway, arms crossed. Plan worked. Medic. Breached clean. But Keth's vanguard tails. Doc protocols hot. Royals want proof of bond. Eli tested straps. Released. Sat up. Controlled exchange. Filter my blood for Vatox. Stabilizes bond without crash. Sari's claw brushed his wrist. Glow faint. Agreed. Alliance enforces. You protect. Physiology demands. Mira grinned. Scrap to savior. Pump ready. Eli rolled sleeve. Hook it. Warmth spread again. Slower pull. Sayeri exhaled. Strength returned. Rask tapped console. Vanguard closing. Fast bastards.
Sayeri's eyes locked Eli's.
They come for leverage. We fight bound. Eli grabbed medkit. Next fix incoming. Ship engines thrummed. Mira sealed bulkheads. Rask plotted evasive weave.
Keth's voice hacked comms. Oathkin, return.
Proof demands it. Sayeri tapped bond mark. Blue flare challenged.
Come claim, Warden.
Ellie felt the pull sharpen. Stubborn calm settled.
Humans improvised. They commanded.
Together, they endured. Rask grinned wolfish. Plan medic? Eli eyed scans. Vent core overload. Mira rigs it. We ghost through debris. Mira thumbs up. Scrap to shadow. On it. Sayeri nodded. Trust gleamed in her gaze. Bond sealed deeper. No ignoring it now. Guards closed on scopes. No Vanguard signatures. Explosions lit void. Mira's hack bloomed false signatures. Vanguard scattered. Keth roared frustration. Trace the mark. Ship slipped free. Hours bought. Medbay hummed quiet. Sayeri tested legs. Stood steady. Your blood strengthens. Vay's physiology adapts slow. Humans allowed. Li packed kit. Practical mix. Her claw brushed his wrist. Bond warmth spread. Alliance more. You protect. I command. Riles hail.
Doc protocols live. Eli exhaled.
Pursuit paused. But Keth hunted proof. Warden never quit. Saidi's frill pulsed. He comes. Ready? Eli nodded, calm stubborn. Always. Rask's voice cut and sharp. Doc breach. Keth's vanguard punched royal perimeter. They're blasting locks. Right at us. Alarms blared. Eli gripped the couch. Bond yanked hard. Sayeri toward danger. They're here, she hissed. For me. For proof.
Eli unstrapped.
Medkit ready. Then we hold. Your command. My fix. Mira dashed past. Rigging defenses. Scrap incoming. Keth's laugh echoed comms. Bond mark leads true. Surrender, human. Princess returns. Sayeri's eyes burned. Never. Eli felt it click. Sacrifice bound them. Extraction just started. Klaxon screamed as Keth's cutter slammed magnetic clamps onto the hull. Eli gripped the transfusion rig tighter, his blood pumping steady into Sayeri's vein-mapped arm. The ship shuddered. Power flickered. Engines whining under drain. They're siphoning us dry, Rask barked over comms. Mira, engines now. Life support reroute incoming. Mira's voice crackled from engineering. Bulkheads hummed. Air grew thin, but thrusters roared back to life. Eli locked eyes with Sayeri. Her frill quivered, bond heat surging through the shared line. She felt his pulse. He felt her fear. Stay linked, he said. Calm. Stubborn. Your blood's stabilizing. Mine holds the bridge.
Her claws flexed on the medcot.
Keth breaches in 30. My claim.
Eli adjusted the drip. No waste. Practical. Sayeri's free hand slapped the alien comms panel. Vayglyphs flared. She hissed into the open channel, voice royal, sharp. Warden Keth, by Vay blood law, I claim Eli Mercer as protector. Bondmark proven. Cease or face Alliance wrath. Keth's laugh boomed back, distorted through the tube seal. Princess, your desperation amuses. Human blood. Proof of weakness. My vanguard claims you both. Hull groaned. Breaching charges popped. Corridor cams showed armored figures piling into the docking tube. 6 Vanguard plasma lances primed. Eli scanned vitals. Sari's oxygen dipped. Bond yanked. Protect. He ignored the spin in his head. Low blood volume. Routine fix. Mira, tube status? Scrap seals holding. Vents manual only. Get there, Doc. Rask cut in. I'm burning thrust. Biseconds. Sari's eyes locked on him. Go. I command from here. Eli nodded, unclipped the line with steady hands. Drip sealed auto. He staggered upright, legs jelly vision spotting. Human endurance kicked in. 1 foot, then next. Corridor lights strobed red. Air rasped thin from Mira's reroute. Boots pounded beyond the inner hatch. Vanguard torches chewed metal. Eli slapped the manual vent panel. Emergency override. Locked. He yanked his multi-tool, pried the cover. Sparks bit fingers. No time.
Human, Keth's voice snarled through the hatch speaker. Surrender.
Princess for your life. Eli thumbed the tool's plasma cutter. Sliced the lock plate. Wires exposed. Not today. Hatch buckled. First Vanguard claw gripped the edge. Sayeri's voice blasted public comms. Vanguard. Blood debt binds him to me. Attack my protector. Treason. Hesitation rippled their ranks. Bond law hit home. They warriors paused. Eli twisted wires, red to blue. Vent cycle armed.
He slammed the master switch.
Explosive decompression roared. Outer tube hatch blew wide. Vacuum clawed. Vanguard tumbled out, claws scrabbling, lances spinning into void.
6 bodies, gone in seconds. Keth bellowed from the cutter.
Fall back, regroup. Eli slumped against the bulkhead. Spots danced. Blood loss tugged hard. But hatch held. Ship lurched free, Nira's thrusters winning. Medbay door hissed. Sayri staggered out, line dangling from her arm. Bond pulled her to him. She caught his shoulder.
You vented them, my protector endures.
Practical. Eli straightened, grit teeth, reclip me. We run. Rask whooped over comms. Clean break, Royals inbound, dock in 5. Butt scopes pinged. Keth's cutter peeled off, firing chaff. Not done. Mira, patch engines, scraps hot, Doc. She's limping but loyal.
Sayeri's frill pulsed warm against his neck. Bond deepened, his calm fueling her command.
Keth adapts. He circles for proof.
Eli felt it. Her physiology wove his cells deeper.
No ignoring now. Alarms quieted. Ship ghosted toward Royal Docks. Pursuit paused, but Warden never quit. Hull vibrations steadied as Mira's reroute held. Eli guided Sayri back to Medbay. Reconnected the loop. Blood flowed mutual now, her adapted plasma boosting his depleted count. Vay efficiency met human flood. She tested her stance. Legs firmer. Your sacrifice binds law and flesh. Got you stable? No fuss. That's the job. Her claw traced his vein site. Warmth spread. More. Alliance endures. Rask's voice sharpened. Dock secure. Royals greet, but Keth's signal ghosts our tail. He's filing claims.
Sayri straightened. Royal fire returned.
Let him. My claim stands public.
Eli unstrapped. Bond tugged. Danger lingered.
He checked corridor cams.
Clear. But shadows moved in debris fields beyond. Mira dashed in, toolkit slung. Engines patched. Life support trickled back online. We're ghosts again.
Eli nodded. Humans fixed.
Aliens commanded. Cyriri interfaced the main console.
Royal codes unlocked. Hail Vayfleet. Protector proven. Screens bloomed with Vay sigils. Admirals queried. She broadcast the bond scan, Eli's blood signature woven into hers.
Gasps, echoed channels. Blood debt royal. Human source, endures, Sari declared. He vented Vanguard.
Proof lives. Eli stayed back, calm. Let her lead. But Keth's cutter reappeared on long range, banking hard. Warden transmits, bond invalid, human contaminant. Seize for study, Rask growled. Blockade forming. Royal scramble, but he's close.
Eli's jaw set, stubborn.
Mira, scrap defenses?
Already rigging, fast-talking whir, turn their cutter into fireworks. Sari's gaze met his, bond flared. Protect.
Together, Eli clipped medkit.
Your command. My fix. Royals boarded, ceremonial guard, eyes wide at the human. They bowed to Sari, hesitated at Eli. Protector, she named him. Claw on his shoulder. Guard frills rippled shock.
Human normal.
Keth's voice pierced open comms. Princess flees with tainted blood. Vey honor demands reclaim. Explosions lit the perimeter. His vanguard punched back in.
Eli moved.
Bond yanked. Rescue flipped to siege. He grabbed a pulse rifle from Royal Stores. Calibrated for human grip, near a flank. On it. She vanished into vents. Sayeri drew her command blade. Hold the line. Rask sealed inner docks. My ship. Your fight. Vanguard breached outer airlock. Plasma scorched walls. Eli fired first shot. Clean hit.
One down. Cyrus slashes next.
Royal precision. Bond synced them. His endurance, her command. They flowed as one. Guard rallied. Bay warriors adapted, lances thrusting. Keth stormed through smoke. Methodical. Eyes on Eli. Proof ends here. Eli sidestepped. Rifle butt cracked claw. Try.
Sari challenged. Blood law binds.
Stand down. Keth lunged. Eli shoved her clear. Took the plasma graze. Armor charred. Pain flared. Human tough. He countered. Fist to mandible. Keth reeled. Impossible. Mira's trap sprung. Scrap mines detonated. Vanguard scattered. Rask's thrusters flared. Wild ship bucked, flinging borders. Keth retreated. Cutter detached. This proves nothing. Dock secured. Royal swarmed. Sayeri knelt by Eli. Inspected burn. Bond sealed unbreakable. Extraction 1. But K-Rask's engines roared to life. The cutter lurched free from the dock.
Eli gripped a bulkhead strap, plasma burn throbbing under his charred armor.
Sayeri pressed close, her frills flickering blue. Calm command. Bond tugged at his veins, sinking their pulses. Jump in 3, Rask barked from the bridge. Evidence packet dumping to neutral relay. Keth's prison logs hit open channels now. Explosions rocked the station behind. Keth's vanguard fired wild. Mira patched into aux consoles, her fingers flying. Shields at 60. Scrap hack rerouting power. Eli nodded to Sayeri. Your people coming. Envoy inbound, she said. Her voice cut sharp, royal edge honed by command training.
Blood debt formalizes here. Ship shuddered.
Stars streaked. Jump complete. Neutral relay beacon pulsed ahead. A crossroads hub, neutral by treaty. Docking clamps engaged with a clang. Royals spilled into the relay's grand hall first. Vey envoy waited, tall, frilled elders in envoy robes, entourages stiff. Allo screens flickered with Keth's prison feeds, dumped evidence looping. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Sayeri strode forward, Eli at her flank. Bond pulled him step for step. She raised her command blade, tip gleaming. Warden Keth violated sanctuary. I claim blood right. Envoy led. Elder Vorm tilted his crest. Princess, the human taint. On, she snapped. Frills flared red. Transfusion sealed it. His blood endures where ours fails. Mutual pact, not ownership. Eli felt stares lock on him. They eyes widened at his burn. Already clotting. Human fast. Elder Vorn scanned the bond mark on her arm, glowing faint under skin. Physiology and forces. Legal bind unbreakable. Prove it, Eli said, calm. Stubborn. He rolled his shoulder, burn flexing without tear. Sayeri turned to him. Stand with me. Bond hummed approval. Envoy murmured. Hololegal scrolled, Vey code activating cross-species clause, ancient and dusty. Pact formalized, Vorn declared.
Human protector bound to royal line.
Crowd parted. Med drones hummed in. Eli waved one off. Routine maintenance. Mira slapped his back. Tough bastard. Ships prepped for border run if needed. Rask joined them. Cap low. Blockade odds recalculated. Channels open. Keth's exposed. Your call, Eli. He eyed Sayuri. Trust built in firelight, her precision, his endurance. Collaboration held the line. Relay alarms blared. Incoming Vey fleet, loyal to Sayuri. Drones ferried them to the lead cruiser. Eli boarded last, pulse rifle slung. Royals saluted.
Cruiser bridge throned.
Sari took command throne. Eli stood post, Bond mapping her stress frills, twitching at reports. Keth rallies fringe wardens. Claims Bond invalid. Show them, she ordered. Hollow replayed the transfusion. Eli's vein to report, red flood saving her from toxin collapse. Vey gasped. Human blood thick, adaptive turned death to strength. Elder Vorn bowed. Revolution stirs, blood law evolves. Hours blurred. Fleet jumped coreward, toward Vey capital. Eli patched his burn in medbay mirror rigging hybrid tools. Your cell's rewriting hers, she muttered, scanner beeping. Bond's no joke, practical fix, Eli said. Stubborn calm, keeps her fighting. Sari entered. Endures, he stood. Always. Capital loomed, Spire City orbiting gas giant. Triumph arches glowed. Fleet docked amid cheers. Procession swept them to Grand Hall. Crystal vaults, Vey nobles packed tight. Sayuri ascended dais. Eli at her side. First off-worlder. Bond glowed visible now, veins pulsing in sync. Nobles whispered. Tainted? She silenced them, blade high. Ellie Mercer saved me. His sacrifice binds us. Mutual pact, human endurance for Vey command. Cheers erupted. But dissent simmered, Keth's allies in shadows. Metal ceremony struck. Elder Vorn offered crystal honor blade, for the protector. No. Gasps. Refuse? Vorn crested high. Eli stepped forward. Calm, one medical access, protocols shared. Humans and Vey. Borders open for blood, trauma, bonds like this. No more prisons like Keth's. Sayuri's frills stilled. Pride flickered through Bond. Nobles shifted. Vorn consulted hollows. Precedent, blood law allows. Demands it, Eli pressed. Stubborn, practical. Sayuri nodded. Revolution starts here.
Hell exploded in debate.
Votes tallied fast. Bond proof swayed them. Protocols beamed out. Cross-species medlinks. Open borders for salvage meds like Eli's. Rask pinged private comment. Captain's itch. Keth's fleet masses at fringe. Jump vectors ready. Mira added. Hardware hot. Your plan? Eli glanced at Sayuri. Bond tugged. Trust solid. Ceremony peaked. Sayuri faced him alone on dais. Nobles hushed. Her voice carried command-trained. Eli's Mercer. Blood debt paid. Walk free now, or enter my court. First, off-world protector. Bound by choice, not chain. Bond thrummed. Hall held breath. Human compassion stared down royal might. He met her eyes, sharp, grateful. Court. Frills flared gold, cheers thundered. But alarms wailed. Keth's fleet breached outer markers. Proof ends here, his voice boomed over open channels. Sayuri gripped her blade. Protector, line forms. Eli unslung rifle. Calibrated. Ready. Bond sealed revolution in fire. Rask's cruiser detached from Capitol docks. Blockade run. Eli's plan loaded. Mira sealed vents. Fleet mobilized. Vey lances synced with human pulse fire. Eli stood bridgewing Sayuri at throne. Bond mapped threats, his endurance fueling her commands. Keth's lead ship loomed, plasma lances charging. Surrender the taint. Eli fired first salvo. Clean hits. Vey adapted, flanking precise.
Sayuri slashed holo orders.
Endures, human tough med alien command. Bond unbreakable. Explosions lit void. Keth's line cracked. Retreat signal flashed. Victory sealed, but fringe whispers grew. More wardens stirred. Revolution spread. Revolution spread. Back in court, protocols flowed. Human ships docked freely. Med teams swapping salvage tricks. Eli refused quarters, bunked in armory routine. Sayuri found him there. Choice binds deeper. He nodded. Practical alliance. Frills brushed his arm. Trust built. Bond hummed. Rask cornered him next dawn. Med access pays dividends. My crew's tougher already. Mira grinned. Hardware shares next? Eli waved it off. Routine. Keth's trial holocast empire-wide. Evidence crushed him. But his final transmission lingered. Bond breaks worlds. Sayeri stood tall.
It builds them. Eli watched from shadows.
Protector now. Revolution his transfusion sparked. Fleet reports pinged. Neutral relays buzzing with human Vey pacts. Eli's demand echoed across borders. One envoy ship hailed. Human markings. Mercer, got your protocols. Testing now. Good, Eli replied. Calm, Sari joined. Your court awaits. Bond pulled. He followed. But outer sensors blared. Fringe incursion. Keth loyalists. Boulder. For pure blood. Eli grabbed rifle. Line holds. She drew blade. Together,